Hi everybody. I am in my new location. It's a small bachelor, but it's all mine. And I don't have to share my bathroom, my kitchen, and I sleep alone. So that's a huge improvement on the physical world. There still need to be improvement, but ain't got to be part of the material world. The improvement that needs to be done, it's within me, just like we all do. And I told you guys that I was gonna make a reflection on my homeless, my 5 months of being homeless, and here I am. First, I want to start by saying thank you to everyone that has supported me financially and morally. And the first person that I have to thank is Patrick. Patrick has been a great support moral for me. He was there all the way through. We were talking every day. It was very painful for me and for him. It was painful for him to see me go through all that. And so many times he said, "How can I help you?" And I said, "Well, you're already doing it. You're listening to me." So it takes somebody very strong to listen to my pain. So for that, thank you very much, Patrick. You will always be in my heart for that. Thank you, Ruth, for remaining my friend, even though it hasn't been easy. We haven't talked often, but when we did, it did count. I want to say thank you to Tina, also, that I've called many times and that allow me to vent when I need it. You know, when Patrick was not available or when it was too late to call him. And David, that little video you made was so touching. Well, there is so many people. I'm like, I just can't spend my whole reflection on thanking everybody. But you know who you are. You know you sent me money. You know you sent me a great comment in the comment section of the video update you did. You know, even if you didn't send money, even if you didn't send a comment, that you sent me good energy with which did help. And now let's get down to business and talk about my experience. For the first month, it was literally terrible. But the point of doing my reflection here is not to talk to you about all the nasty thing that happened. Is to talk to you about what did I got out of it. What is the good I got out of that? Because even though it was extremely difficult, I still have met good people that had my goodwill at heart, my that had good intention for me, and it also did help me refocus on myself. Now, the very first month, I was asking myself, why do I need to be homeless? What's the purpose? What is it that I need to learn? Now, I can only refer to one thing is from Morpheus in The Matrix saying to Neo, there is a difference between knowing the path and walking the path. Now, if there's one thing above everything that we've learned with Patrick's ability from the frequency, all of them, we were told, live in the now, live in the love, do not fear. Easier said than done because of the programming we've been raised into, live in the past or in the future and planning just in case this happened, just in case that happened, this just in case this happened. And we looked at the future based on our past. So as far as I was concerned, it was like a period of time to apply in my life what I've learned. And I just had no choice but to live in the now. Because I didn't like my past, I was looking at the future with the eyes of my past. That's all I knew was my past. So I really had to live in the now in order to create a different outcome than what I would have if I would just allow my brain to think, what if, what if, what if. There is no what if anymore. Of course, we need to set appointment and when we have to meet with people for whatever reason, or when we have responsibility like going to work and stuff like that, we need to plan for those things. But in the meantime, while we are doing those things, it's very important to live in the now. Because when we live in the now, we can be more realistic and we can raise our frequency, because at this very moment I'm really enjoying talking to you, sharing with you my experience. So there is no reason for me to fear the future or plan for the future. I'm like, for this month my rent is paid, everything is paid off, we got food, so I got my plates. I just got to live in the now, live in the love, and not fear. I have no need to fear because I live in the now and I'm loving what I'm doing right now. And that was my main lesson I needed to learn, because those experiences aren't easy to go through. But it's very easy to lose ourselves, lose our sanity, self-esteem, self-love, because of the way we talk to ourselves. Thank God I had people that reminded me I'm not a bad person, because it's very easy to beat up ourselves in a situation like that. And when we do that, to raise above is very difficult and it only make it harder. My perspective on life has changed. I see life like a Y, the letter Y. You start your life at the bottom, then you come to a crossroad where you have to pick between the two. One road is paved, very easy to walk. The other one is, the paved road has lights and everything. The other one is dark, no lights, rocky, unfinished, with bushes and rock and who knows what. So when you take the paved road, you end up doing a loop, and you always come back to that point where you have to make that choice again. And as long as you stay on the paved road, you always go on the loop. Until that day I stopped and I looked at the road, and yeah, I must say I was chicken to get on the road. And the fact that I had to move out from where I was the force, if I may say, that pushed me on the rocky road. And you know, from the light of the paved road, I was looking at that road from being very, very dark. So therefore, I was full of fear, and I was living in the future. What's going to happen when I'm gonna be on that road? Where's gonna be the food? Where's gonna be the water? How am I gonna sleep? You know, and to be pushed on that road had forced me to stop fearing and move forward. The first thing I had to do is to open my eyes when I got on that road and realize that it wasn't all that dark. And I have good eyes and I can see. And I realized there were a rope. So I did grab the rope. And it got me through those 5 months. And I walked forward. Now that I'm on the other side of the road, I realized that I spent my whole life on that loop. And now I'm on the paved road, another road that's, you know, not completely finished, but at least easier to walk on. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to get to another choice where I'm going to have to choose between the easiest way or the hard way. Now, we don't, personally, years back, I was thinking, there must be an easier way. Do I have to learn on the hard way all the time? The thing that we have to overcome being here is fear. Fear is what's keeping us down all the time. And like I did in my small video about fear, fear only exists in the future. So is hope. Hope does not exist in the now. There is no need for hope for right now. But there's hope for tomorrow. So hope is a sweet emotion that can only exist in the future and prevent you from living in the now, which is the most important, because when you live in the now, you have to be aware of all of your thoughts, all of your emotion, and and that's where you have your power to change things, is to live in the now. How do I perceive now? How do I perceive now is how I create tomorrow. So if today I live in the fear of tomorrow, well, tomorrow I will live in the fear of the next tomorrow, and on and on and on. And that's how we break the pattern. Now, I'm talking to you like I'm a pro at it. Far from it. But I'm working hard on it, though. I still, it is still easy for me to get angry or create resentment and feed it. But at least I'm getting better at cutting myself and see it and say, oh, no, that's not the road I want to go. And this is the only way to change it, is to live in the now. That's where we have our real power. And it was a great learning. It wasn't fun to live in shelter and having that sword over the head, that threat that I can end up having to live in my car at any time, because they don't have any commitment to us. When you get into a shelter, you abide by the rule, or you leave. And sometimes you can be kicked out. I've seen many women being kicked out. Well, um, something else I have discovered from about myself is the strength I have. And I was amazed about how many people told me when I was talking about what is the purpose? Why do I have to go through this? I'm healthy, I can work, I can make money, and I'm smart. Why do I end up like that? And many people, not just one, but many people told me that maybe I was a model. you know I'm like, in the beginning, when I got in the second shelter, it was difficult because most women over there would see me as a threat because I would speak up for myself. But when I left, there were a lot of women that was just blown away about the way I was talking, and they were reaching for, if I may say, uh, not counseling, but advice and stuff like that. And they were just blown away by the way I would talk. Just to give you an example, the very last day I was in that shelter, I did assist to the morning meeting, which was mandatory. And along the way, for the 4 months I was in there, I did talk to those women about the fact that fear can only exist in the future. I repeated it and repeat and repeat and repeat. When I left, I said, yes, fear can only exist in the future, so is hope. So the only thing I wish for you girls is to stop hoping, live in the now, knowing that tomorrow it's going to be better. How do we achieve that? Well, if I refuse to live in the past and I refuse to look at the future, and I want to live in the now, when I go to bed, I ask myself, how was my day? Do I feel like I have accomplished things? You know, do I've done everything I could today to change my outcome so I can go to bed at peace. And tomorrow I'll wake up and let's start over again. That's what I've been doing. And of course, I'm talking to you like it was easy. No, it was not. It was not easy. Emotionally, physically, like you have to share every single space everywhere you are in the shelter. The only place you are truly alone is when you can lock the door, and the only place you can do that is in the bathroom. And you know, you go there for a specific reason, right? So what I want you to know is that we all have choice. We all have free will. And if you want to get your power back, if I'm not saying be a control freak, but don't let life take over your life. And that's the main reason of living in the now, living in the love, do not fear. We got that message from the planet and from all the frequency, even Angie. That's the only way to get your power back. That's the only place you have power. Now, something else. The only control we have over is ourselves. And Leak Project, Rex Bear, always finish all of his video by saying, "Be the change you want to see." Now, this is a very important quote because, uh, you know, in fact, when you get your power back by living in the now, you realize that you have no control over nothing. Absolutely nothing. Anything can happen. But when you live in the now, you have the power. What power? You have the power of changing yourself, how you perceive things. It's the perception that creates the emotion. The emotion is what's being sent in the universe. And the universe is just working as it should be working. Send you what you send out. And there you get the expression, what goes around comes around. So when you are aware on how your brain is perceiving life in general, because you live in the now, you are able to change that. You can make the choice. Now, I will always be confronted to situation that will trigger those emotion, anger, resentment, and on and on and on. And those triggers will always be there in order to keep me in line. Will I make the right choice? Will I keep being able to live in the now, in the love, and not fear? It's like, when it's not under my power and it's not under my control, how do I perceive it? How do I change myself to better fit to my surrounding? Now, I'm not telling you guys to fit into the matrix, because no, that's not me. I don't fit, and that's my main problem. And I'm not looking forward to fit. I just want to remain to be myself. I just want to keep remaining myself, true to myself, and do the things I like. Now, right now I'm on welfare and I need to increase my income. So I'm looking forward to look for a job online. And if this is not working, then, I'm going to have to go out and work. And that's okay. I mean, ain't going to be exactly what I want, but at least I'm going to increase my income, which will allow me to change the physical world. But increasing my income won't increase or change anything within me. That's different, you know. How can I say that? It's like an ultimatum. When you go through stuff like, as far as I am concerned, to be homeless has forced me to walk the path, which is live in the now. Because I couldn't think of tomorrow, because tomorrow is only based on my yesterday, and no. So at all time I had to live in the now. And by the end of the time that I was homeless, the last day when I told those girls that yes, fear is in the future, so is hope. So I won't give my energy and hoping of things to come to me when I don't send it in the universe. So if I do the things correctly and I live in the now and I'm aware of my emotion, I'm aware of my thoughts, and I send what I want, what I truly want in the universe, it will come to me. So why would I fear? Why would I have any need of hope once I know that, right? So here it is. That's what I got out of being homeless. It was a lesson that I shall never forget, and keep working on myself, and who knows what the future is gonna bring. Yeah, that's it. So I hope you appreciate that, and once again I want to thank you all and for everything, and we'll see. I do not promise creating anything anymore. Well, right now me and Patrick were working on some EVP stuff, and there's other session we did that we want to bring some information to you guys, but it's not going to be a commitment to bring you anything on a regular basis. It's when we have it, if we can share it, we will. So I hope that you have a great holiday, and I hope that this message uh, will touch you and that you will get something out of it. Maybe some pride, who knows. But I hope it's going to make you feel good. I feel good. Everything is set. Everything's going to be fine from now on, and I'm going to keep working on myself. Thank you, everybody. I love you all. Bye-bye.